Hi guys, I'm HelloKitty1000, and today we're playing Cinderella Phenomenon. We're going to continue where we left off on the last episode, so if you haven't seen it, make sure to go back and watch it. Alright, so, let's go. By the time we return to the palace, evening has fallen. I hope we're not late for dinner. The minute the carriage doors open, we are greeted by two familiar faces. Sir Alcaster and Sir Mithras stand before us. Princess M, Prince Rod, I was on my way to look for you when Sir Mithras informed me of your whereabouts. He glares at the knight escort, and the knight shrinks back. Sir Alcaster turns abruptly to me afterwards, his eyes narrow. Why is he looking at me like that? Isn't he Fritz's dad or something? I forget. Perhaps he remembers her. It was getting late and the queen was worried. I'm so sorry. Princess M, Prince Rod, it's almost time for dinner. Please let me escort you inside. Sir Mithras gestures for them to follow him. I am just about to follow after them when Sir Alcaster suddenly moves to block my path. His eyes are cold. He opens his mouth to say something, then closes it and shakes his head. You are dismissed, girl. You may go back to your quarters. But that is an order. His gaze is piercing. Even when I was the princess, I was not able to stand up to that gaze. Yes, sir. After dinner, I make my way back to the room assigned to me. As I walk down the hall, I notice Rod heading in my direction. Rod? He suddenly grabs my arm and pulls me away down the hall. Where are you taking me? Rod does not answer, and just continues moving until we reach an unfamiliar door. What's going on? Rod cuts me off by placing a finger on my lips. He looks around warily, before finally pulling me through the door with him. This place. I've heard of this place before, but I've never seen it. Is this a secret passage that leads into town? Rod does not answer me. He simply keeps walking, and I see no other option but to trail after him. How is it that you know of this place? He still refuses to answer. Are you deaf? Rod suddenly stops and I bump into his back. I stumble back with a scowl. You ask too many questions. Because you refuse to answer any of them. I glare back at him until Rod makes an exasperated sound. I just cussed, my bad. Yay for misreading. Lady Parfait is the one who told me about this passage. It makes sneaking out of the palace easier. Parfait? She did not give me any explanation as to how she knew of this place. There are only meant to be 2 copies of the keys. The king has one, and Sir Alcaster has the other. Then why do you have a key? Don't tell me you stole it from the king. I'm not a thief. Lady Parfait also has a copy. She saw fit to provide me with a key for my own use. What? How does Parfait have a key to this place? You'll have to ask her You'll have to ask her that yourself. Once we step into town, I realize where it is that we are headed. We are going back to the merchant. Delora is the first person we see as soon as we enter the margin. Well, well, look what the cat dragged in. Delora, you... Rod's glare silences me. He steps forward and points back at me, gaze icy. She is not staying at the palace. What? Delora raises an eyebrow. Why is that? She works there now. I do not know what game you are playing, but I will not be part of it. Excuse me? This is not a game. I do not want you meddling in my life as you meddled with hers. The room's temperature drops several degrees. Delora stares at Rod, her expression suddenly lacking any emotion. With all due respect, Your Highness, I do not want to meddle with your wallowing. But just because you do not wish to break your curse doesn't mean that others shouldn't want to either. You should be humbled that our princess here thought you would be able to help her. Rod raises an eyebrow. Where is Lady Parfait? Of course you want to talk to Parfait, because she puts things nicely. Fine, I'll fetch her for you. Delora courtesies as she sweeps out of the room. Rod sighs. He clearly looks irritated, but he doesn't put a voice to his agitation. Now that we're alone in an empty room, the silence is deafening. And so I ask him the question that has bothered me since we came here. Well, we kind of know why he wants us out of the palace, so I would think to ask, why do you not want to break your curse? I don't need to explain myself to you. Do you even know how to break your curse? I do. So why are you not doing anything? It's none of your business. I do not realize the anger inside of me at first, and then I notice that my hands are fists. This is not in smooth reading. Maybe that's why I'm having issues reading this aloud. And then I'm shaking. You are angry at me for treating your family with unkindness, and yet you do not treat me with any respect or kindness either. Excuse me? I realize that this is the angriest I have felt in a long time, and it makes words fall out of my mouth. You are guilty of the same disrespect you hold me accountable for. We are both being cruel to family, aren't we? Rod's eyes are ablaze as he stalks toward me. He stops right in front of me, his mouth pressed into a firm line. As you are so fond of telling M, we do not share any blood. The only thing pulling us together is the king, and you do not share his morals. Remember this, Rimini, you will never be part of my family, and I will never see you as a sister. Rod storms out of the reception area just as Delora enters. Sorry, looks like Parfait wasn't in. She pauses and gives me a wry smile. Seems this partnership is going well. I throw my hands up in anger. He is infuriating. Not as helpful as you thought. I was surprised you were asking for his help in the first place. All I have been doing today is following around M, and he still finds reason to snap at me. In his eyes, I can do nothing right, even though I am making an honest effort to break my curse. Delora eyes me as she slides down into a chair. Has he told you anything about his curse? Only that he knows how to break it. Delora sighs. Boys can be so secretive about the silliest things. Rad has been aware of how to break his curse from the very beginning. Then why hasn't he broken it? I have no idea. I think the only other person who knows the full terms and condition of Rad's curse is Parfait. Parfait? Parfait has known Rad for a while. She convinced him to keep coming to the Martian even after he gave up on breaking his curse. Parfait also thinks that working with you will convince Rad to try to find another way to break his curse. Another way? Don't ask me. I don't know much about his curse either. But if you keep trying, you might convince Rad to talk. I doubt that very much. It seems like all I am doing is convincing Rad that I do not deserve to break my own curse. Delora looks at me curiously for a few moments, and she grins. I have an idea. This is another terrible idea. Oh no, this one is much better. I'll just stick around with you, watch out for you. What? Delora, watch out for me? I am surprised when Delora suddenly stands before me in her doll form. There's no way you and Rod are going to sort yourselves out without some kind of help, so I'll be tagging along. It's much easier when I'm travel size. Why do I get the feeling? Why do I feel like she'll only make things worse? Come on then. Delora somehow manages to jump into the front pocket of my apron, which is thankfully large enough to fit her doll body. Let us go find us a prince and get ourselves back to the palace. One step forward. Chapter 4. Ah! What just happened? I clicked out of it. Anyways. I'm going to leave it here, but I'm going to put it here. Okay. If you liked it, give it a like. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching.